Hi y'all, so I'm bringing you all of my lymph retention techniques. So number one is cleansing your scalp and your strands. You want to make sure you're massaging your scalp for the most part for about 5 minutes. That stimulates the blood flow in your scalp, and it also helps regulate your scalp to know basically when to be cleansed. The only shampoo I use is sulfate-free. I'll include a list in the description. And I always rinse out my shampoo with warm water, never hot, never cold. Okay, the next technique is deep conditioning. Regular conditioner is not needed because it's just doing the same job twice with just a different product. I'm going to use medium-sized sections. I'm going to make sure my hair is extremely damp. Again, I rinse my shampoo out with warm water, so my hair is damp with warm water, which is very important. It is never damp with hot water because hot water can damage the strands. So when I apply my deep conditioner, I smooth it onto my root shaft and ends. My entire hair strand gets all of the deep conditioner. Nothing's left out. I like to rake through my hair to pull out the shedded hairs. These are very important. You shed about 100 hairs a day, so there will be shedded hairs on every single wash day. So you want to pull those out to make room for the new hair growth. I like to rake my deep conditioner through my hair until my curls pop. And usually with this raking method, it's possible because my palms are warm. Everyone's palms are warm, so your palms are actually like the things that are being helpful right now. I said the things, but yeah, they're really helpful for raking your deep conditioner through. I don't suggest using a brush or a comb during this time because I just feel like it's just unnecessary. It'll also put unnecessary strain on your ends, and I've seen that my ends actually do look better since I stopped using combs and brushes during the deep conditioning step. Now, if you're in a cooler environment, like Alaska or whatever, like a colder area, you should use a steamer every time you apply your deep conditioner and your moisturizer during the styling phase, because it helps the product to penetrate your strands and not just sit and coat your strands. If the product is coating your strands, that's not helpful at all. If you don't have a steamer, you can also wrap up your hair with a grocery plastic bag or a plastic conditioning cap. Everything I'm mentioning is going to be listed down in the description just in case you feel like I'm moving too fast. Everything is listed down below, maybe with the link or not, I don't know. Like plastic bags, I'm not going to link that. Oh, okay. So the deep conditioner definitely should penetrate your strands. And I'm going to include a list of my favorite deep conditioners that I found were very helpful in penetrating my hair and not just sitting on top of my hair. So I like to move around my head in like 3 big sections. The front is split into 2 sections and the back is just one big one. I also like to use combo control clips. They clip up my hair and they keep my hair clipped in place. I've had these clips for about a year or maybe a year and a half now, and maybe 1 or 2 have broken so far, but I still have plenty. So as you can see, I have plenty shedded hair as well. I'm going to just keep raking my hair and pulling out the shedded hairs, and I just put them like in the sink or in the trash or whatever, or on a napkin, and I just keep moving along. Also, I'm not showing this, but once I do take out the shedded hairs, I rinse my hand under the sink with warm water, and I let the shedded hairs just fall off, and then I take that warm water and continue to rake my hair like I'm doing here in this video. I don't have 2 cameras, so I couldn't show what I was doing at the sink, but that's usually what I do between each section. I'm just rinsing off the shedded hairs and then taking that warm water and raking my hair. So you can see the front is done. The deep conditioner is penetrating my hair, and yeah, for the most part it is. Now, if the deep conditioner penetrates your hair and then starts turning white, that usually means that you use too much deep conditioner. So in this video, I probably did use a little bit too much, but it's really kind of hard to tell you know, when you have thick hair, how much deep conditioner to grab. So you just have to use your best judgment. Yeah, so you'll just learn, like, as you go on, like, you'll learn your hair and you'll learn how much product of something you need. Now, every deep conditioner is not made the same. You want to be careful of different ingredients. Like, some ingredients I don't like are like glycerin. I don't know, I had a bad experience with glycerin. Glycerin just sits on top of my hair and it does not penetrate my hair at all. I don't know, maybe the ingredients the company used was not the best mixture or whatever, but it definitely sat on top of my hair, and when I rinsed it out, my hair was not soft. So yeah, so that's how you can tell if a deep conditioner is good for your hair or not. But luckily I'm including a list of my favorites that I know actually penetrate the hair, so you don't have to experiment and buy a bunch of products that may not work for you. So I'm coming up on finishing my hair. I'm just going through my hair and I'm raking it. I'm just pulling out more shedded hairs. Basically, that's the point of me raking it. And yeah, the point of me raking it is to pull out shedded hairs and to penetrate my hair with the deep conditioner. So I'm going to let this sit for as long as it says on the container. Usually it's like 15 to 20 minutes. Just make sure you follow the directions. And like I said, if you live in a colder area, you can cover your head with a plastic grocery bag. And I like to do this usually during the fall, winter, and spring. Usually in the summer, I live in Philadelphia. In the summer, we have enough humidity where I don't have to put on a plastic bag or plastic cap or use a steamer. So that's how it is in my environment. It might be different in yours. So I let it sit, and then I rinse this out again with warm water, never cold, never hot. Okay, so now we're in the styling phase, and over the tub I rinsed out my hair with warm water, and I just apply a little bit of butter along the perimeter of my head. I like to do that just to soak up the hair, the water that's there. I don't really towel dry my hair, but if I do, I'll use a cotton towel. But yeah, I did not towel dry my hair. I just put the butter on top of it just to soak up the water. So again, I'm using those 3 sections, 2 up front, 2 in the back. You can use whatever sections you want. I'm using the combo control clips to keep them in place. And here again, I'm applying more butter just to soak up the water from when I rinsed out the deep conditioner. And I'm just smoothing the butter along the parts, just like putting it on overall at first, just to soak up all the water. And yeah. So let's talk about a styling product. So the styling product I usually recommend, that I've just found that is the most helpful to my hair and my length retention, is a whipped hair butter. And I don't use a gel, I don't use a mousse, I don't use a styler, I don't use a leave-in. I usually like to just use a whipped hair butter by itself, and that's because usually a good whipped hair butter is mixed with enough butters and oils where you don't need a raw oil. You don't need to add on a raw oil on top of it. Usually the whipped hair butter just has everything included in the butter. Now, I did include my favorites list of hair butters because not all hair butters are made the same. Some hair butters are really hard and some of them are nice and creamy. The ones that you want to use that I recommend are the really creamy ones, and I'm going to include them down below. And I believe all of the hair butters are black owned. They're all small black owned businesses. You can just purchase from them, or you can make your own if you feel like you want to make your own at home. That's fine. But yeah, you just don't want to use, if you do make your own, don't use too many oils. But yeah, I would definitely recommend just purchasing the hair butter. So again, I'm raking the butter into my hair again. Now I'm finally detangling. I'm using a detangling brush. This one I've used for like the past 2-3 years now, and it's never broken. None of the teeth have broken, so I definitely recommend this one. Yeah, you want to detangle all the way up to your roots. Do not skip your roots for detangling. Be gentle on your ends. Your curls should clump, especially using a hair butter. Your hair butter should penetrate your strands. Again, just like the deep conditioner, never coat them. It should penetrate them. And I usually decide to twist my hair and do a twist out because it gives me volume and definition for 1 week, and I don't get any curly knots or tangles like I would with a wash and go. So that's why I always opt to do twist outs, but I mean, you can do whatever you want. So yeah, so this is usually the size twist I like to do. You can see the ends are nice and coiled and whatever. So yeah, but it is like my 3-month mark and I needed to trim my hair, so that's what I'm going to do. And this is also a tip or a technique that you should do. You should trim your hair whenever your ends look messy or they're like really bad, like when you're detangling. Not really bad, but like, I don't know, I usually do it every 3 months, and usually every 3 months they do need to be trimmed. Like my hair is like on a routine where like every 3 months they need to be trimmed. So yeah, so there's 2 ways I'm trimming. I twisted up my hair first, and then after I twisted it, I just trim each strand separately. So that's one technique. And then I just retwisted it. And then there's another technique where you just pull the twist down and you just trim right where the twist gets slimmer. So like the twist is nice and healthy all along the length of it, but then it starts to get like skinnier down at the bottom. That's usually where you should trim. So that's the technique I just went with for the remainder of doing this trim. You can do whatever technique you feel is best for you, especially if you're just starting out, you want to actually see it. Then you should maybe do the first method. Yeah, so also I do suggest to use smaller twists. Maybe the twists I used in this video were a little too large, like they're like small medium size, but if you're just starting out and you're just doing your own trims, you should make them like mini twist size. I didn't want to, but because I'm used to doing my hair and used to trimming it. But if you want a more precise trim, you should make them like mini twist size. The shears I'm using are actual hair trimming shears. That's very important. You don't want to use hair scissors. You want to use hair shears because they are way sharper than hair scissors. And I'll link down below the ones that I've used in this video. So now it is the next day, and usually my twists are dry the next day with a hair butter. So again, that's why I love using hair butter. I'm just going to take them down by just separating and then like recoiling the ends so I can get a defined look. Usually to maintain my hair, I like to use a satin silk lined scarf or bonnet that stays on all night, and I'll link below the one I've used. I don't band my hair at all because I pineapple it into the scarf. If it is like a hot summer night, or if I have a migraine, because I do get those, I'll sleep on a satin silk pillowcase because like I don't want to wrap my hair up in a scarf and it just hurts. So I just use the pillowcase and my hair and my ends are fine. I don't have to retwist throughout the week. I don't have to detangle throughout the week because of the hair butter I use and because of how I installed the twist. The number one protective style is mini twist. So like you don't get any tangles if you put your hair in mini twist and then like you wash your hair the next week. Like your hair should be fine in mini twist if that's what you want to do. I don't put my hair into puffs. I don't pull my hair or give my hair any tension. And yeah, I just try to keep up my weekly routine. This is basically how I retain the length of my hair and retain it in a healthy manner. Thumbs up this video if it was helpful and share it with someone who may need it. Check out the description for the product list. Check out more videos like this on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.